on Milton. Milton was born in London. His father had a passion for literature, arts, and music, and by nature he was a genius. He had his collegiate education in Christ's College, London, Cambridge, and even in the school he was very charming, and in the college he was called the lady of the college. And uh, Even in his college days he started writing poems, many famous arcade on the morning at Christ's nativity, and many other poems, all very famous, but and also spiritually based. He had a leaning for spirituality from his early days, and he wrote Il Allegro and Il Pensiero, two prose pieces. Il Allegro means the happy man, and Il Pensiero means the thoughtful man. So these two famous works, and a very famous elegy, pastoral elegy, Lycidas, is written by John Milton on the death of his friend Edward King. He imagines himself to be a shepherd, and there is a great digression part in the poem where he talks about the church and the priests. And this beautiful pastoral elegy, full of pastoral leanings, and famous sonnets. He has written 18 sonnets in English and 5 in Italian, and on varied themes like patriotism, duty, music, politics, even personal, as this poem which we are going to see today on his blindness. At the age of 44, he was born in 1608, and at 1652, he became completely blind. And he is so sad that he laments why God has given him a great talent to write poetry, yet he is not able to do so because of his blindness. And but after becoming blind, we must remember that he has written his monumental epics like Paradise Lost, 12 books, and Paradise Regained. These two works, and the style, when we look at the style of the epics, as Matthew Arnold calls it, it has the it has the grand style. The grand style. He talks about Milton's style as the grand style. And let's come to the sonnet on his blindness. As we know, it is a sonnet, and Milton is lamenting, sad that he has become blind. And sonnet, the Petrarchian sonnet, is divided into two: octave and sestet. Octave 8 lines and sestet 6 lines. In the octave, we have a conflict or something, some problem dealt with, and a solution or reconciliation for the conflict is given in the sestet, which consists of 6 lines. And here in the first part of the poem, that is in the octave 8 lines, he is lamenting as he has become blind. How can he make use of the talent that is given by God to him? That is his sadness, sorrow. Let's read the poem. When I consider how my light is spent, here half my days in this dark world and wide, and that one talent which is death to hide, lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve there with my Maker, and present my true account, lest he returning chide, that God exact day labor light denied. I fondly ask but patience to prevent. That murmur soon replies, God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Who best bear his mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly, thousands at his bidding speed, and post over land and ocean without rest. They also serve who only stand and eat. In the first 8 lines, he is presenting his problem, that is, when I think how my light is spent, how I became blind. Yes, I am not able to see. Here is adverb meaning before half my days, even before I became 50. Before, that is, he became blind at the age of 44, and here he says before half my days, before 50 years, at this very early age, middle age, 44, in this dark world and wide. It's because he has become blind. He says that the world is a dark world and wide world. He is not able to locate things, so the world becomes dark and wide. And that one talent, he says that he has got that one talent to write poetry. And that poetic talent, he says, it is death to hide. When God has given us a talent, and if you don't use it, it becomes equivalent to death. And here he says, it is death to hide the talent that is given to me by you, my Lord. And then he says, it is lodged with me useless. It is not used, so it is useless. Lodged with me useless, though my soul more bent to serve there with my Maker. He says, my soul is bent to serve my Maker. I want to do justice to the talent that is given to me, make use of the talent. And as he said about Paradise Lost, the purpose of Paradise Lost, why he is writing? He says his purpose is to justify the ways of God to men. That is what he, to present my true account. And we have to give our accounts, true account of what we have done with the talent, with what all God has given us. And here he is making a reference to the Bible, St. Matthew's chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. And there we have a parable of the golden bag of coins. And there the master, while he is going on a journey, he gives 5 bags of gold to the first servant, and 2 bags of gold to the second, and 1 bag of gold to the third. And here the master gives 5 bags, 2 bags and 1 bag, each according to his ability. And when the master has gone on the journey, they have put to work. The first 2 have put to work and gained more. The first one, 5 bags, he made extra 5, gained 5 more. And the second also worked and gained 2 more. But what happened to the last? He was very faithful and with a few things. So what happened? He is not able to make money. He has made a hole in the land, earth, and he has hidden the coin and returns it without any gain. And the master says, at least you could have put in the bank, could have earned an interest. But what you have done, you have not increased it. You have not made use of the talent, money that has given to you. So here he says, for first 2 he says, you have been faithful with few things, so I will give you more for your faithfulness. But whereas the third person, he says, you have been faithful only with, not faithful with what I have done, so I will put you in charge of many things. I will not give you money. I will not give you any honor. And here he says, you will get only punishment for what you have done. And so what happens? He is not getting any reward. And Milton, he is very well versed in Bible, and here he quotes this particular incident, talent with capital T, referring to the talent that is given by the master to his servants. And he says, if like the third servant, I also do not use the talent that is given by you, my maker, the God, he says, if while giving my true account after the journey, lest means in fear of, I am so scared that you may chide me. Chide is scold. You may scold me. I am so scared about it. And here he is questioning God. That God exact day labor, light denied. Do you expect me to do work in daytime without giving me the light, denying me the sight? That is his question. Yes, and this is what is going on. I fondly ask, foolishly. I foolishly ask, but patience to prevent. So he is foolish to ask such a question to God, but patience is personified, capital P, and it comes as a person and prevents him. Don't be angry with God. Don't ask such questions. Don't ask whether God expects day labor, light denied. Don't ask him. And here, the second part, there is a reconciliation in the poet. He gets the answer from the patience, that murmur soon replies. He is murmuring, and soon he gets an answer for that reply. And what is the reply? God doth not need either man's work or his own gifts. Don't think God expects something from man. He does not expect man's work, either man's work or his own gifts. He is not expecting. Who best bear his mild yoke. Yoke is the wood that is kept on the cow, oxen, while plowing, or while set in a cart. And here he says, those who best bear is to tolerate, to bear it, his mild yoke. Yoke is here it is burden. So God, there may be a little burden in the world, but here what is expected from man? God did not expect any man's work or his gift. He expects only man to bear his mild yoke, soft yoke. It is not a big burden that is given to man. He is expected to bear the mild yoke. They serve him best. Those people who bear God's mild yoke, they serve him best. His state is kingly. God does not expect anything from man. His position is kingly. He is a great king. He is the king of the other world too. So such a great king. He is not in need of man's gifts or man's work. He is not in such a situation. His position is very great, very grand. He is very kingly. Thousands at his bidding speed. So thousands of angels are there to do any work at a bidding speed. Very nimbly, they can do everything. Bidding, ordering. When God says something, immediately there are angels, thousands of angels to carry out his orders. And post over land and ocean without rest. They can do work without any rest, either over ocean or land, any area. They are ready to do work at any area with great nimble speed. Yes, thousands, not one or two. He's got thousands of angels to do the work. And beautiful last line. This is an answer to everybody in the world. He says, they also serve who only stand and wait. Yes, what is expected from man is patience, is humility, stand and wait without any grumbling, without any murmur. Man is expected only to accept. Acceptance is what is expected from man. Very beautifully, in a very short sonnet, 14 lines, he is able to pack it with a great message that God expects nothing in return but only acceptance of the mild yoke and only stand and wait, patience and humility. Very beautiful poem, but this poem is given the title On His Blindness, or not On My Blindness. It's because Milton has left it without a title, and his editors, especially in the 1761 edition, Thomas Newton has given this title On His Blindness. So this is a octave set Petrarchian sonnet, follows the Petrarchian model, and it is written in iambic pentameter. Iambic pentameter is 5 pairs of unstressed syllable followed by stressed syllables. So totally we have 10 syllables in each line. This is called unstressed followed by stressed. This is called, rhyme scheme is called iambic pentameter. So I love this poem very much. This is what is required for men to understand at all times. That is, don't grumble, don't murmur, don't have any conflict or confusion. Whatever happens, you accept. Yes, God is not expecting you to do this or that. His state is kingly. He has got thousands of angels at his bidding speed, and what is expected from man is only to stand and wait. Patience, humility, and worship. That is acceptance. That is expected from man. We all accept our whatever is given to us, and be thankful to God for everything that is we are provided with. Thank you.